Inflation has gotten so bad, we've now reached like the literal Spider-Man meme where everybody's blaming somebody else. The government, which is largely responsible for the wild inflation, seems to have now created this new term called greedflation. And now they're pushing it back on the many corporations that are, going after customers with exceedingly high prices, while then blaming inflation. So essentially, like again, Spider-Man meme. Target, Walmart, and more, which is in this article, which I'm going to talk about, they're saying, oh, my government did this. Okay. Now the government's coming out and saying, well, it's not our inflation. It's actually greedy corporations. Well, the fact of the matter is, it's both. They are both terrible. And we're going to get into that after a super quick word from this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2024. If you aren't using a VPN yet, you're completely missing out. And Private Internet Access is the one I use on all of my devices. If you've been following the news, you see that censorship, websites, apps are getting shut down in certain countries, all sorts of craziness. Well, a VPN helps you never have to worry about that. Private Internet Access also protects you from the prying eyes of hackers, internet service providers, and others that can view your personal data. Perhaps also just as importantly, Private Internet Access allows you to access region-restricted content from all over the world. Streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and more have different library options based on where you're located, and some shows simply cannot be accessed if you're not in the target location. Happens to me all the time. Many sports events also have regional blackouts. Well, VPNs can be a convenient way to make sure you're getting the content that you're paying for. Private Internet Access also allows you to protect an unlimited amount of devices all at the same time, so your entire household with a single subscription. And I've been working with Private Internet Access so long that I have an absolutely massive discount available to my viewers. Link in the description below. Get Private Internet Access today using my link. Save huge, protect your computers, access all the content that you've been paying for, and ensure that your internet is never censored. Let's get into this article now. Target and Walmart blasted for greedflation by lawmaker as shoppers. Now, this is the only thing that really matters because we're the ones out there buying stuff, right? Shoppers see a $7,000 increase in costs, but stores say prices are dropping. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That simply just does not make sense to me. In letters addressed to the CEOs of these companies, politician Bob Casey, has expressed a deep concern that their pricing decisions during and after the lockdowns may have been exacerbated financial burdens on everyday families. I don't want to get mad. I'm not gonna do what you all think I'm gonna do. Just flip out, man. Because obviously the eye of Sauron is upon me with YouTube. I have to be a very, very good boy for at least the next 90 days. But here's the thing. Holy smokes. The idea that, the government is the one that said only these stores can stay open during these widespread lockdowns. Only these stores. So the government created a de facto monopoly for Target and Walmart. They shut down every local mom and pop shop in many, many states, never to be opened again, effectively eliminating the competition. Now, yes, it was mostly Target, Walmart, and Amazon before the lockdowns, but now it is pretty much only Target, Amazon, and Walmart after the lockdowns. And the government did that, right? They didn't let local places stay open. They said they had to shut down, but McDonald's, mom and pop's burger shop had to shut down, but McDonald's could stay open. Amazon could stay open. The senator facing critical re-election battle highlighted the stark statistic. Corporate profits in the United States surged by a staggering 75%, vastly outpacing inflation between 2020 in June and June of 2022. Amazon led the pack with a remarkable 81% profit increase, while Target and Walmart saw substantial rises of 31.7% and 10% respectively. To be fair, 10% rise over 2 years. Inflation was probably close to 8 or 9%. I don't know if I'd include Walmart in the worst, kind of like the baddest of the bad. These figures, Casey argues, paint a picture of greedflation, where corporation gains soar at the expense of a consumer wallets. Boy, it sure would be nice if we had an alternative to go to. Sure would be nice if there was some local store that I could shop at. Some local store I could, give my business to. Oh, wait. The lockdowns closed most of them in my area. Oops, I guess I have to go to Walmart and they can just charge me whatever they want. In an interview with NBC News, Casey escalated his critique, hinting at possible price gouging and the need for regulatory scrutiny. Yeah, more government. The government is the reason for the inflation. Let's get more government involved. Someone's got to be the cop on the beat here and create a measure of pressure and deterrence for these skyrocketing prices. No, capitalism is the cop on the beat here. The government came in and put their greasy thumbs on the scales, and now 2 or 3 companies control 80+% of commerce in the United States. Why on earth would they ever lower their prices when they could all just match each other and stick it to consumers? If they're not engaged in gouging, then there's nothing to worry about, he says. Amazon, responding to the claims, defending its pricing practices, citing independent studies show consistently low prices compared to their competitors. Oh, so we're like not the worst. That's their reply? Well, these other guys are price gouging everybody more than us. Quote, we work very hard every day to offer low prices in our store. By the way, remember, there used to be a time where Walmart was like Amazon was like the de facto best price. Take your time and look for other places on the internet. Ask yourself, do I need it today? Do I absolutely have to have Prime delivery? Because I bet you in a large number or percentage of the times, you will find it cheaper somewhere else. Cheaper on eBay, cheaper on some other website, right? Meanwhile, Target and Walmart have yet to publicly respond to Casey's claims, indicating a brewing confrontation over corporate responsibility and pricing strategies. The U.S. Sun reached out to both retail chains and have not replied. Oliver Blanchard from MIT acknowledged sharp increases in corporate profits, but cautioned against labeling it as purely exploitative. You may disagree, you hate it, but that's not the way the market works, he explained, hinting at the broader economic factors at play. Nobody is trying to school the consumers, Blanchard said. It just happens. For Casey, the issue boils down to corporate accountability, a need for transparency in pricing decisions. No, it doesn't. I don't need to know how Amazon prices anything. I don't need to know it. I don't need to know how they got to their price. Consumers don't need to know that. The government doesn't need to know that. All we want is for you to remove the barriers that you have willingly placed on the market and allow capitalism to do what it does. Tough financial times are here. They've been here for years for a lot of people. It's a topic that is getting hotly conversated, hotly contested. But the fact of the matter is, the market will correct as long as the government stays out of it. The market will correct. People will wait 3 more days for their product. You don't need same-day delivery on an SD card, right? You don't need same-day delivery on super glue. You could probably find it a little bit cheaper somewhere else, and you'll feel better supporting literally anybody else. His inquiries into the motivations behind recent price reductions by these retail giants signal a push for clarity amidst growing consumer frustration. I mean, what do you mean consumer? Consumer frustration, just let us have an option. Give us somewhere else to go. Now, I don't know where this shoppers see $7,000 increase. Like, they don't, I'm not really sure where that's coming from. You know, where that, you know, you could see 5 days ago, retail sales rise by a paltry 0.1% as shoppers feel the pinch of inflation? Yeah, the retail apocalypse is here. It just is. Like, the retail apocalypse is coming. It's not going to get better. Starbucks warned to cut customer wait times as sales start to slip. Guess what? The coffee roaster reported plummeting profits for the first time last quarter. The company faced boycotts and inflation. There are gripes about wait times, standard service, and the ambiance of cafes. To many, Starbucks feels a lot less special than it once did. Well, yeah, especially when you have to wait up to 40 minutes and you have to pay $15 for a coffee. That's why all the smart people get their coffee from coffeebrandcoffee.com and buy and brew it at home. Costco accused of, quote, greedflation. Wholesaler reports increase in earnings while increasing prices. What happens is there inflation? Yes. Our customers or corporations, let's say inflation is 5%. What corporations do is then raise prices by 10% to build in. So every consumer is getting hosed. Surely such high inflation rates coupled with rising living costs have same consequences. Following the lockdown's peak, shrinkflation is a term in which the size or quantity, while the prices remain the same, grew rampant. Same with fastflation, which has led to a decrease in consumer demand for fast food. Recently, there's been much chatter around greedflation, previously dismissed as a fringe theory. The concept of major corporations taking advantage of inflation in an effort to make huge profits has become a hot topic. Well, Costco, in its third quarter earnings report for the fiscal year 2024, reported $1.7 billion in earnings, a 30% increase year over year. Costco reported an 18% increase in net income year over year from $1.4 billion to $1.7 billion. Big box retailer added that net sales in Q3 2024 increased by 9%. Amid surging profits, Costco warns consumers that they may have to pay a heftier fee in the future for the retailer's annual membership. Why not? Everyone else is taking all of our money, right? You see, the average Pennsylvania family has paid $7,000 in increased cost of living towards greedflation. $7,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. $7,000 in a year. Yes, corporations are taking advantage of us, but the system that they set up is why. You know what I mean? For 7 consecutive years, an independent study from Profitero found prices at Amazon soared to be the lowest online. Prices among all U.S. retailers, which prices that were an average of 16% less expensive than consumers. Great. Allow for more competition. If the government wants to do anything, they need to remove the red tape that allows for more competition. They don't need more government. That's how we got where we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.